Okay. So this is pretty simple, I think. If we look through here, we can see that only 2 of the switches affect number 1. And from this configuration, they both move them to the right. We need all of these to be in the middle, I'm assuming. So that means that we can only do switch. We need either switch 3 or switch 7. Oops. But not both. So 3 or 7 have to be on. One of the 2 has to be on, but both of them cannot be. So which ones do those control? 3 controls 6, and 8 controls 6. Where does 6 need to move? 6 needs to move left 1. Both of those move 6 to the left, so we can either do 3 or 8, but not both. If we look at number 8, 8 moves block 3. Number 5 also moves block 3. So we have 5 or 8. 5 moves block 10. Now 10 is interesting because 5 moves 10 to the left, but 9 moves 10 to the right, which is fine. So we can do 5. If we do 5, we have to do 5 and 10. And 9, rather. We have no choice. We have to do both of those or neither of those. So 9 also affects 5. Right, so we can do 9 or 1, but not both. And we're just creating chains here. Each of these switches connects 2. So we just started with, what, the first one? No, not even. Oh, we started with which switches move that first block, and we're just creating chains to see how the second block in each of the sets moves. So we said we can use switch 9 or switch 1 because they both control bar 5. So bar 5 also, so switch 1 also controls bar 9. 9 is another one of those interesting ones where we have 1 and 7. And guess what? We're back to where we started at 3 or 7. If we look at switch 7, that moves bar 1 and bar 9. 1. So we end up with 3 or 7, and if we look at bar 9, it's 1 and 7. So there's our chains, right? So let's try that. We have 1 and 7. Now, since we used 1, we cannot use 9. That means we cannot use 5, means we can use 8. Since we used 8, we cannot use 3. Do we have a switch that moves bar 2 to the right and bar 7 to the left? Yes. Switch 6. Just like that. So our final answer, of course, both to iterate it and to make sure I have it if my game crashes again, is switches 1, 6, 7, 8. And there we go. So, oh. I guess we're going up. All the way up. And we got our crystal. And here's an exit.
It's hard, Tamara. These tests, all the things I'm seeing, it's hard to concentrate. I keep worrying about Carrie.
You're no use to her dead. We both need you focused.
But that's just it. You haven't struck at me. There are no death traps, no electrified floors, or contact toxins.
The whole place is a trap, Benny, remember? Your food and water will be gone soon enough.
There's more to it. You want me to see these things.
I want you to see something. Certainly.
Look, Tamara...
Benny, my questions first. Why these traps? Why just 85 of them?
It can't just be for entertainment.
Granted. Such extravagance. What would be the point? There's a much better reason.
Tell me, Dormuz.
The answer has to come from you. I think you need to explore further. Be on your own a while.
No, Dormuz. Tamara, please!
You're a smart young man, Benny. A smart young enough man. I'm sure you'll come up with something.
Well, Benny might, but not here. Let's move on.
Yes, Benny, you really must visit them all. Not only will it please me if you do, but there truly may be something vital for getting out again. At least you'll know you did everything you could to save Carrie.
Curious. Well, we finished 3 more worlds. Let's go put the crystals in the thing up top and see if that unlocks this 7th world. I believe that's it. I think the 7th world is the last one. Not that way. Or was it that way? I don't think so. It was. I've been tricked. I think there's only 1 world left, but I really don't remember. Most of the teleporters have disappeared at this point. And there isn't a whole heck of a lot to look at here in the tomb. So I do believe we are approaching the end of the game. I've mentioned time and again how much I really love this game, but I think it bears repeating. You know, the worlds are absolutely beautifully done, and the puzzles are not intuitive. You really have to kind of think about them. It took me a while to figure out that switches one. Oh boy.
Tempting to hurry along, isn't it, Benny? Skip some of my domains altogether. But what if you miss a vital clue? Something that will make all the difference in getting out again and saving your sister.
Yep, looks like that bottom teleporter's on. Why would I want to skip one of the domains? I mean, sure, I'm supposed to be saving Carrie, that's granted, but... Carrie? Is that her name? I honestly don't know. But seriously, for these worlds, I am in no rush. Oh, hello. What have we here? Curious. That's actually probably the one thing that this game could use more of, is access to the backstory, right? Pretty much the only insight we have is what conversations Dormuz has with Benny, which is fine, but there's no way to dig deeper, right? There's no way to kind of solve the puzzle on your own. You know, what is the purpose of the tombs and things like that. You kind of just have to keep playing until they tell you. So
You may wonder why I chose Arganis for my final domain. Well, if Eska is the place of my childhood, then Arganis is the place I most yearned for as the adult I became. Perhaps I needed all this space. The vastness of land and sky working together. Together, do you see? Perhaps it was how temporary it all seemed, even then. The town, the prairie. We tried to save it when the end came, but it was no use. Like so much else, it was taken from us.
Alright, so here we are in Arganis, the final domain. Got some interesting kind of stuff here. I mean, this certainly looks the most like a city than all the other worlds, right? Those are kind of smallish places. This kind of looks like a big factory town. We actually have notable buildings and giant freaky firefly, dragonfly things. Alright, so we have some kind of a combination lock here. And then this birdhouse looking thing was kind of interesting. Yay! A sound puzzle! Boo! Alright. Let's see. I mean, I guess we should draw these out, right? Let's see, this kind of goes over like that. Does kind of this hook looking thing. And one that kind of looks like that. And this. And something kind of like that. Okay. And that's kind of a... we're going to call this a chirping static sound. I can't really decide if it sounds like lightning or if it sounds like a crackle. That is probably going to come out horribly. I apologize. Let's see. Hello? Can I come in? Hello? Oh. Alright, so we have another combination lock here that I cannot access at the moment. I don't even know where to start with this place. A flying radish? That doesn't look like a radish. I don't even know why I said that. Does that look like a radish? No. Maybe a white edge. You know what? Let's just stop this train of thought right now before I make a bigger fool of myself. Alright, so you got all kinds of little nooks and crannies in this place. Ooh. Hello, hello. Nice big room. Fancy walnut chandelier. Oh, hello. Ah. Oh God. So each of these symbols is associated with a crank sound. I don't remember there being so many sound puzzles in this game. don't know if I want to know what that is. Alright. Already been there. Oh, here's another one of these things. Except this one doesn't make any sound, apparently. Huh. Okay. Not really, too sure where to go.